Ladies and gentlemen, hey, before we bring out the cone, ladies and gentlemen, please. Before we bring out the cone and Coach Culwell, a quick reminder from this week's Safety Monday. Every success in the work zone starts with the basics, slowing down, buckling up, paying attention. The cone tells me that he's been reviewing game film from the latest work zones. He's ready to break down the highlights, the lowlights, and maybe even a few penalties. So please keep your questions focused on work zone performance. And remember, unlike traffic, follow-ups will be limited. With that, let's get things rolling.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining us for another Safety Monday. We've got the cone here with us, fresh off another busy week in the work zones. So we'll take your questions now.
Hey, Cone, hey, listen, we saw some solid steps out there this week. Great job, dude.
Thank you. First, I just got to say, I got to give a shout out to the one through whom all things are possible, Commissioner Will Reed. Look, this ain't about me. This is not my victory. I am just one part of this puzzle. I got to give credit to the crews. The spacing was great all week. Could have tied a string to those drums. The signage was right on point. Drivers knew what was coming. We predicted it correctly. Great prep, great execution.
Hey, Cone. Not every work zone went perfectly. You're supposed to be a franchise cone. What breakdowns did you see out there?
You again. Always got to be a little negative, right? Okay. Today was a win, but I'll be real. We had a couple work zones where things got a little sloppy. Some cones drifted, some were skipped. But look, we made the corrections. We got things right. Big win today.
That's why it's so important that we double check spacing and alignment. Don't just set it and forget it. Walk the zone, adjust it, make sure that it looks professional.
Coach, we noticed a flagging operation in one of the zones. How did the team do today?
They did very well overall. Radios worked, paddles were visible, drivers responded quickly, but we've got to keep reinforcing, never let your guard down. A distracted driver can come at you at any time.
Yeah, and the flaggers, they're the field generals, they're the quarterbacks out there. They got to be locked in every play, all the time. Head on a swivel.
Absolutely.
Hey, Cone, listen, Cone. You took a couple of hits this week. How you holding up?
Look, I've been run over more times than I can count. Tires, bumpers, goats, you name it. Every time I go down, I remind people, could have been a worker. It's better me. I'm crash worthy. They're not.
All right, hold up. So that's the message, folks. Every cone you see out there is protecting somebody's life. The bottom line is respect cones and respect the zone.
Cone.
Hey,
Cone. What's the game plan moving forward?
It's simple. Tighten up spacing, keep the equipment in top shape, be prepared before you head out there. Don't let fatigue cause mistakes. Every setup matters. Every cone matters.
And that means daily inspections. That means looking out for one another. Speaking up when something doesn't look right? Safety isn't luck. It's preparation.
Yeah, Coach.
It's hard work and preparation.
Cone, do you ever get tired of standing there all day?
Tired? That's my job, okay? I've been standing longer than a security guard at Bonnaroo. But hey, this is my job. It's my job, all right? I'm the bright orange reminder to stay distracted drivers from plowing into somebody. I'll stand as long as it takes.
And that's why we place cones, right? Okay? Every one of them matters. Every single one of them.
Coach. Sometimes cones end up in the wrong place. How does that happen?
You'd like to know that, wouldn't you? There's a variety of reasons. Sometimes it's wind. Sometimes it's traffic. Sometimes it's just rushing the setup. Sometimes it's crappy players. Okay? There's some crappy traffic control devices out there. Am I right? Of course I'm right. But that's why we double check the work zone. If it looks sloppy, fix it. Don't just move on.
Yeah. All I'm asking is just put me in the right spot. I'll do my job. Don't make me look like a lost tourist at Disney there. Come on.
Coach, what about distracted drivers? How do you handle them?
Yeah, I handle them all right. Usually with my face. You know, they look up from their phone. They don't know what's going on. And they just, next thing I know, I'm underneath their daggone bumper. But here's the deal. Again, I am crash worthy. I'll get crushed if that's what it takes to keep somebody else safe, all right? So,
And that's
why I'm here.
why drivers need to slow down and stay alert in every work zone so that doesn't happen.
At the end of the day, we want every worker to go home safe. And that's what Safety Monday is about. Learning from what went right and what we can do better.
Yeah. And remember, don't take me for granted. I may be just a cone out there, but I'm your first line of defense. Treat me like a teammate.
Thanks for joining us. Stay safe out there for the right reasons.